This is a solo game that plays in about 20 to 40 minutes, and this is a really well designed solo game, so if you are interested in solo games, I think this is definitely one that you want to be paying attention to. And the way this game works is that you're going to be starting the game with a deck of 12 rebel cards, and there are a few different rebels that can be included in each game, which can add some variability to your play, but each of the cards also is dual use, where one side of the card is a more mild ability, but it allows that card to go back into your deck so you can use it again in the future, whereas the other side of the card is going to give you a more powerful ability, but when you use it, that card gets discarded from your deck permanently. At the start of the game, there's going to be 4 different mission cards out on display, and each of those cards will have an enemy value associated with it, and that's going to dictate how many enemy cards you need to draw and put above that mission card. But then each card's also going to have a target point value, and that's the amount of points that you need to collect amongst your rebel cards in order to complete that mission. Each round, players are going to be drawing 5 of the rebel cards into their hand and then choosing a mission to try and complete, and then you're going to be combining those rebel cards in different ways to try and achieve higher than the point value on the card in order to complete that mission. But the catch here is that each of the enemy cards are going to be flipped when you go to complete that challenge, and they're each going to have a point value associated with them as well that you're also going to want to spend your rebel points in order to defeat those characters if you want to, because it's not mandatory to defeat the enemies to complete the mission, but any enemies that are surviving after you complete a mission is going to activate their special abilities. All the abilities are negative and can cause things like civilian casualties, adding cards that will clog your deck, and some of these enemies will actually protect the location, and you do have to defeat them before you're able to complete that challenge. And if in the end you're not able to complete that mission card because you had to deal with those enemies, then that mission card is going to get removed from the board and not replaced with a new mission card. This is going to make the game harder because you're going to have less missions to choose from in future turns, and you're also going to be a lot closer to losing the game. The game continues like this until you've either lost too many civilians or too many missions in which you lose the game, or instead you can choose to end the game after any successful mission to lock in the victory points that you've achieved so far, and lock in that high score that you can try and beat on a future play. Links to the campaign in the description below.